Adding a gradient layer. Create a new blank layer. And actually this should be between letter and paper texture. And since I did a little miscue there, I wanted this is an opportunity to show you how I have the palette set up, which is layers open, of course, but then also to have history, which you can drag out and it can become its own palette, or you can group it with layers. So you have a palette that is made up of just history and just layers. So I'm going to utilize that by going backwards in history, and actually prior to adding that new layer and selecting the paper texture layer, and then when I add a layer there, it actually appears between letter and paper texture. And I'm going to rename it a gradient, click out, and then I'm going to go to a gradient layer and look at the various options. The option for the gradient, as you see, there are a number of different colored default gradients, but the gradient that we're going to use is the foreground to transparent. So click on that, and then go to select a color, select a green. Okay, and then go to my gradient, make sure I'm still on that foreground to transparent. You can see it's foreground to white, foreground to transparent, and then just black and white, which is a standard black and white gradient, which of course, if you click on the default black and white, you have foreground to background, which in this case is black and white, foreground to transparent, which is black to transparent, and black and white. So your gradient is affected by your foreground and background colors, which again I'll set as green. Go to my second choice. Okay, now I'll come down and make sure I'm on the gradient layer, which I'd gotten off of. Make sure my gradient's set, and then click and drag up to the left. Okay, and then to blend that in, multiply, and take the opacity down to 75. Okay, so that's creating our gradient layer.